The topic today is that a lot of you guys enjoy your misery. As I've grown up in this world, I've come to understand that a lot of people actually enjoy being miserable. A lot of people are okay with their mediocre, sad, depressed, unhappy lives because it is much more comfortable to stay in that than to face the uncomfortability of what may lie ahead if they choose to do better for themselves. Take a look around at our world. If you step outside of the house, what type of people do you see? What type of cars do you normally see that are driven, unless you're in a very affluent area or whatever? What type of mindsets do the people around you have? This is something that has been weighing on my heart for a couple of days now. Earlier this week, it dawned on me that no one is coming to save me. Oh my God, wow. I don't know why, but I grew up thinking that the world was like this warm, gushy, cute place, and that people would always have my best intention at heart, or the best intention for me at heart. I'm sorry if you think that currently, but you need to let go of it because it's not true at all. Okay? It is not true, not even in the slightest bit. Guys, when I tell you this was a shock to my system, I can't even explain to you. I would literally, leave my purse, my things, just empty with no thought in my head at all. Leave my things when I would go shopping, drop my purse over there because I had grown up in areas that were usually pretty safe. And so lo and behold, guys, something that changed and broke my brain, and I will be making many more videos about this because I feel like 2024 has been the most pivotal year in my life thus far, and I think for many other people. And there's a shift in energy, and it is so powerful and it's so interesting. And I feel like we are collectively on the same plane of just awakening. It's so crazy to me. And I only have one other person to talk to about this, which is my sister, but she agrees with me. And I think, the astrologers agree as well that I've always said it, 2024 is the year of, I think it is the year of Aquarius, the year of awakening and just a shift. Everything that was in darkness has been brought to light this year, and it's only the beginning. Anyway, on my birthday, right as the clock was about to turn, to 12 to mark my birthday, a few months ago, this summer, I had my things stolen. I was outside in the street taking pictures with my sister in what I thought was a pretty safe neighborhood. I had placed my bag down again, haphazardly, without thinking that there were dangers outside or people who really are down on their luck and are gonna steal in order to make ends meet or just because they want to, right? I just thought I lived in this gushy world where I don't even know what other word to use aside from gushy, where nothing could happen to me that was bad. That nothing could happen to me. That all the things that I see on the TV, all the things that I hear on the news about this woman being, abducted, or this woman being essayed, or this happening to this man and this man getting scammed, this woman getting scammed. I thought, that's their world. That's not my world, okay? I'm safe. Every person I meet on the street wants the best for me. There's nothing I need to worry about. Subconsciously. It wasn't something that I was thinking of consciously. Lo and behold, because my phone was connected to the speaker that I was playing music out of while taking pictures, and it started disconnecting. And in my head, I thought, oh, well, my bag is with my sister. No, it wasn't. My phone disconnected from the Bluetooth speaker, and 5 minutes passed, 10 minutes passed. I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, I wonder why the music stopped playing. I try to take out my phone to do something and it's not there. My bag isn't there. We go back to the place where we were originally taking pictures at. It's not there. My phone, my Apple Watch, my cards, like my credit cards, my debit card, my, what else? My driver's license, my identifying information, my expensive makeup products, my new, like I had literally bought new makeup products for this birthday trip. All of it was in that bag and all of it was stolen that day. And ever since then, I have not been the same. It really broke something in my brain and it made me realize that no one is coming to save you. There is no shining knight in a horse if you're a woman and you think that, let me just hope and pray and wish and put myself out there and try and find and marry like this rich man who will take care of me and love me forever. And I will never have to worry about anything ever again. Even if you are in the manifesting space, which I believe I am, and I'm going to make another video about that. But guys, I promise you, in this life, you might have people who care about you. You might have like a few family and friends, or a lot of them if you're very lucky and one of the few who has all of that. Even with that, nobody is going to accomplish the things that you know you need to get done in this life. Okay? If you choose to be a bum and you choose to do nothing with your life, guess what? That's exactly how it's going to be. If you choose to neglect your health and not sleep on time, not drink enough water, not exercise, not go to the doctor, not take care of your dental health, or get your finances in order and stop owing a bunch of money to, companies, credit card companies. If you decide to not apply for that master's program or that PhD program that will allow you to inevitably earn more money in your career, that is literally on you and nobody else. I don't know where we got in this society where coddling is, honestly, I see it as a form of manipulation and a form of suppression because it inhibits you from taking personal agency over your own life. I need you to wake up. Snap out of it. Get out of it. I feel so incredibly inspired to talk about this because it is not something I'm just shouting to you guys or whoever stumbles across this video. It is something that I'm currently living and that it's such a shock, it's such a jolt to my system. I feel like since 2020, something significant happened to me in 2020 aside from like the rest of the world where, I don't even know if I can say it. Aside from the incredibly significant event that took place in 2020, something else incredibly significant happened to me and in my family that broke me. It really did break me. I didn't think I was going to survive it, but I did. Although I'm not fully, I'm not fully out of that. But specifically, I think, right. So that was my first spiritual awakening and kind of like click into the world. Because, okay, I don't know if anyone else is like me in regards to this, but as a kid, I wasn't awake. If that makes any sense. When I think of myself back to when I was a child, like through my adolescence, even up to the end of high school, I don't think I was like fully in my body and fully like consciously making decisions. I wasn't awake yet. And the first time I was awake, I will say maybe it was before 2020, but 2020 was when I was like, oh shit, this is fucking real life. This is not a game. This is not a dream. And I only get one chance at this. You need to stop wallowing in your misery. You need to stop wallowing in your unhappiness. And you need to find a solution. I fully and strongly believe that on this plane of existence, on this earth, for every problem, there is a solution. 100% I believe it. Even something like as silly as like when I was younger, I was like, damn, I have no eyebrows. Like, where did all my eyebrow hair go? Like, am I just gonna be an eyebrowless bitch for the rest of my life? I was like, no, I'm not gonna like relegate that to my life story. Like, I need some eyebrows immediatamente. And I researched and looked up stuff and would not stop figuring out how I could grow my eyebrows, my eyelashes, the hair on my head, my edges that were, ripped out of my fucking skull because of like horrible years of African braiders stealing my thoughts and my soul through braiding. I was like, there has to be a solution. And lo and behold, after many years of trying different things, of doing different methods, I have eyebrows. And I don't need to fill them in every time I step out. And I have eyelashes that are long, even though they are straight. They're here. My point is, guys, no matter what you're going through, and as I make more videos on this channel, I will be giving you more context and insight into my life experiences and how they have taught me these lessons that I'm learning, because I'm realizing that there are much more crippled people walking around, mentally crippled people who believe wholeheartedly that they have no agency over their life pattern, their life progression. And it breaks my heart because I think the biggest tragedy, sorry, there's a train going by because I live near a train, which is very irritating. But I believe that the biggest tragedy in life is a person no longer existing on this plane without fulfilling their highest purpose. It's so heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking. And so many people on a daily basis leave this plane of existence having never been their true authentic self, having never tried to be something great. And I had an awakening earlier on this week, which tied back to the main point of this video, which is that no one is coming to save you. If you want that body, if you want that relationship, those friendships, you want to be making that much a year, you want your art to be shown in high quality and high class galleries every year, or whatever they do in art galleries. If you want to live a certain life, you need to make that for yourself. You need to make it for yourself. You need to sacrifice and do whatever it takes within your moral, your moral levels, because some people have very interesting morals and are willing to do literally whatever it takes to achieve whatever they want. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you have relatively good morals, you need to be able to do whatever it takes, no matter how you don't feel like it, right? That was something that I used to use to control almost, this week has just been so incredibly eye-opening because it is the first week that I think in my entire life I've ever actively been like, you know what? I want to lose weight. I need to be like in my brain. I need all of my brain power, okay? If I'm used to eating this type of way and it has X result or Y result, and I don't like that result, I need to find something to change about what I'm using as the input. right? To get a different output. I realized for myself, like, especially, when you're on social media, there's so many movements that people are saying that they do, right? So many movements, like the soft girl era, or like whatever that was, like the soft girl movement and all of that stuff. What I'm saying is you need to arm yourself with as much knowledge as possible, and not just watching videos telling you this is how to date smarter, this is how to blah, 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 but actually enforcing that and implementing that in your life and to see a noticeable change and a noticeable difference, okay? Because there are way too many people walking around in everyday society that are fully content, or they're not even content, that's the worst part, but they would much rather be unhappy, sad, miserable sacks of shit than do what it takes and sacrifice all that it takes to be something great. The biggest tragedy is to allow that to be you. And of course, listen to me, guys. The thing about human nature and just humans in general is that all the information we have ever had, how do I say this? I think that even when we discover something new, whether that is scientifically or technologically, and we're making these advancements, I think even though it's new to us, it's not new to like our plane of existence, for lack of a better term. It's not new to this earth. Those solutions have always been here. Those advancements have always been here. They didn't fall out of the sky, out of nowhere. The equipment to build planes, when planes were first discovered and they were first built, those ingredients, those tools were always available. It just meant that there had to be other scientific progress that was made before that could happen. There is a solution for everything. I wholeheartedly believe it. There's a solution for whatever you are facing right now. But the thing is, even when you arm yourself with enough knowledge and you know all these things intellectually, you've read about them, you have bookshelves lining your bookshelves about this topic, this financial topic, this self-development topic. None of it will ever ingrain in you until you need it, until you call upon that information because you're stuck and there's nothing else you can do, and you've got no other way to get out of it than that. In the past, my mom would tell me, and that is a part of human nature, that's a part of growing up. For example, my mom would tell me oh, it's best to, this is just a rogue example, it's best to there's no boyfriends. You only need a husband or something like that. It's better to have a husband and, share your body with your husband or whatever. To me, I think, oh wow, that is such an antiquated thought process. Okay, whatever. I see what you're saying, but it doesn't make any sense. Blah, blah, blah. Until I went out into the real world and I saw that, no, a lot of times the information that our elders are giving us, depending on the elder, because some of them are toxic, are actually valuable insights into human nature and just how shit is, just how gravity just is. There are some rules of human nature that cannot be disputed. So I'm telling you guys, this is a call to action. This is a call to action. If you have been mindlessly going about your life, but are desperately yearning for a change in results, you need to activate your brain power and be cognizant enough to make changes. Don't keep everything, don't move on autopilot is what I'm saying. I realized, again, earlier this week that I was moving on autopilot. I've been moving on autopilot. I've been wanting to lose weight for 2+ years now. After initially losing a lot of weight, I gained it back after moving to where I am now, to this new state that I am now 2 years ago. I gained it all back. I gained it all back, not all of it. Like, I gained a good chunk of it back. And I was like, what is different from now versus when I originally lost the weight? And I would think to myself, I'm like, oh, when I originally lost the weight, I wasn't trying to. I was just like, oh, I need to, like, I want to be healthier. So I want to take care of my body more and tap more into that because I care about my body. So I'm going to go for a walk because I care about my body. I'm going to eat more vegetables than eating, heavy carbs because I care about my body. I'm not going to stuff myself until I'm like super full and my stomach is like bulging out and I'm in pain. I can barely sit down because I've eaten so much. I'm not going to do that because I care about myself. But it didn't click also that back then when I did lose the weight, I was intentionally activating all my brain, all my neurons and my neuronal cells. I activated them to consciously make the choice to not overeat and to consciously go and exercise today. Even if I didn't feel like it, you need to get out of your feelings. Especially as women, we need to get out of our feelings in a lot of areas. Obviously, I think emotions are important and we need to tap into them because they fuel a lot of the logical choices that we make. Neither can exist without each other, but what I'm saying is that I this week was like, oh shit, like if I want to lose weight, I know what I need to do. It's not a foreign concept. It's been here since probably the beginning of time. I know what I need to do. Why am I not doing it? And I realized that I'm not doing it because I didn't care about myself enough. And I didn't care about the goal enough. Because if I did care about the goal enough, I would have already lost the weight. It's been 2 fucking years to lose 50 pounds. For my target weight goal, like the weight loss goal, it shouldn't have taken 50 years. I could have been the person that I want to be a year ago, 2 years ago. I could have been that person. But I knew this, but didn't activate it until now. And that's how a lot of these messages are for people. And that's why I find it so valuable that wise people and people who have collected a lot of information share this information on places like YouTube, because it is so valuable to have access to free information like this, because it only empowers you to make better decisions for yourself and for your life. Please practice the ability to actively pursue what you want. If you know you need a certain grade and you need to pass this class, you need to be in the front of your brain. Like, I hope this is making sense. You need to stop moving on autopilot. You need to stop doing whatever you are doing now because it's not working for you. It's not working for you. If you have a shopping problem and a spending problem, and every time you go out, you feel like you need to buy something or you need to have fast food, what you're doing is not working for you because you have debt. So something needs to change and the input needs to change. And you need to figure out what that input is and how to be consistent about it in your own life in order to make the changes. No one is coming to save you.